the worst day of my life last Monday.
Oh no!
Can't talk about it, but it was the worst thing. So that's affecting everything else I'm doing, and so I'm like, I don't know if you guys ever been through the worst day of your life. You remember the date it was. You knew when it was happening. You're like, oh, this is the worst thing ever. So just trying to get through that, and then I realized today I was like, oh well, we're going to be recording this week, but then I'm going to be in New York next week, and then I'm going to be in L.A., and then I'm going to be in Pennsylvania, and then I'm going to be in Minneapolis, and I won't be home for any of those Sundays. We probably should have stocked some episodes, but it's kind of too late now, so we're just going to have to take a little break.
And that's okay. Yeah. We are allowed.
So. I'm going to table that casting couch joke I was going to make because this took a different route.
Sorry.
Hey, man, that's the show. We certainly don't write this thing out, so whatever.
Yeah.
Even though
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Someone's like, you should write your podcast. I'm like, no one writes a fucking podcast. No one,
if you're telling a story,
you gotta have
like
subjects you want to talk about.
Yeah.
Do you know how little I would want to do this podcast if we had like a prep meeting and like we had some sort of script? That's just not what I would ever have.
That's not a podcast.
Yeah, I woun't have time for it.
There are podcasts that but those are like documentary podcasts that you listen to on NPR, not something that we're going to do where we're not going to like write out like, and then we talk about come again.
Right.
Like
write all our jokes.
We're just naturals at that though, too. You can't coach that when it comes out of us.
I like to riff.
Yeah. Exactly. That's the whole thing is the riffing.
Sorry you've been going through it, buddy.
So it has been a tough week for some personal reasons. And but like other things are going okay. And that's the thing too, is like when you have to like I got the real bad news and then immediately had to go and host a comedy graduation show at Imposters like right after that and be like,
that's like I wish I could.
Hey everybody, like, who's ready to be inspired?
Just kind of
compartmentalize like that.
Yeah, for a minute. I know that's not necessarily always healthy or anything, but like in a way,
and
that
that
kind of gives you time to like process.
Right, and that's the thing too is like so it went from finding this thing out and then going and host to that, and like this isn't even anything I can share off the air, like it's that bad, but it's and then I go and like host the comedy class, and it was fun. Like it was a really fun time. I'm really proud of. If anybody wants to take a comedy class, I teach one at Imposters Theater, and it's something I have to do now, which is like so. One of those things where like it's humbling because that is like the lowest, like when you're just like hanging on by a thread to a comedy lifestyle is just like, oh, I guess I'll teach a class now. So that's the phase of my career I'm in. So there's either something happens where I get too busy and I can't teach that class, or I'm teaching that class until I'm fucking dead.
Well, it's peaks, gutters, and strikes, dude. It's not gonna stay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and also like
highs and lows, man.
Like and here's like another thing that is frustrating to a certain degree, where people keep telling me that I'm killing it, and I'm like, I have social media things happening that are good. Like that's like I had a couple videos get 1 million views in the past week, so like I'm adding a lot of Instagram followers and stuff like that, and we're conditioned in our current climate to think, oh, if you're getting views on social media, everything else is falling into place. But it does not translate because, first of all, those like Instagram doesn't monetize me, so I can't make any money off that shit. And then trying to sell tickets is a fucking nightmare because, especially in Cleveland where I'm so oversaturated. So like this weekend I did Imposters Theater, sold 25 tickets to that, sold like 25 tickets in Canton, which is like not nothing. Like it's enough to make some money.
25 at Imposters fills the room.
It fills the room, but it's like I like don't keep telling me I'm killing it if you're not coming to a fucking show. Well, that's my whole thing. Like I'm a little frustrated. And again, I'm more edgy than I normally would be because of the personal things in my life. So it's creeping into the other stuff. The compartmentalization is coming to a head.
It is seeping.
Yeah, it's seeping. And so like when people are like, oh, you're killing it. I'm like, then what show did you go to? Did you go to a show? Well, fuck you then. So it's in like, And I appreciate you guys because you come support so much, and like it's very nice of you, and the people that do come out, I very much appreciate. But don't tell me I'm killing it when I when I have to teach a comedy class.
And here's the other thing, Bill, because we're such good friends, I don't really look at your actual social media pages, but like for some reason I did the other day, and I was like, Bill has 90,000 TikTok followers.
I have 90,000 TikTok followers. I have 90,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 40,000 on Instagram. And but I need you to sign up for the Imposters Comedy class in June and July.
Well, and here's
and
the
I got
thing.
really good. Like they said, I was a good teacher. Like that was cool.
Anytime, I know. Like a couple of your students have like gone up and stuff, and all of them have like great things to
Bill,
say.
almost to a fault, you're a phenomenal teacher.
Yeah.
And you're like, even when I don't think you realize you're doing it, you're very giving in your knowledge in a way that doesn't come off like
and you've been like
giving notes,
Right.
type
helping
shit.
out like the scene for so long.
Right.
Like I mean, a lot
I'm
of people like you've been.
Do I need to
teaching
be more
comedy.
selfish? Is that what I need to do?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Here's the thing, Bill. It's you know what
Jimmy,
it
you're
is.
fired.
I felt like that was a long time coming. I felt like I've been on thin ice for
listen,
a while.
You're suspended for a month. How about that?
Okay.
Bill,
Is it because of my reels?
Listen, we'll talk about it.
That's definitely off air.
Yeah.
Just budgetary cuts here at Cleveland America. Jimmy, unfortunately.
Jimmy sends reels of people getting shot in the head. And I again, this is not the week for that for me, where I'm just I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I can't watch fucking.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Nobody knew.
I know,
didn't know.
but also you should know, like, hey, like, don't send people murder videos.
Jimmy started
Jimmy
sending
thinks
me
they're
them.
so funny.
It's very on brand for Jimmy. So when he started sending me this, I go, okay. And I was like, kind of like the first couple I ignored. So finally I watched a couple and I was like, he's trying. So I was like, I sent back something I genuinely thought was funny. He ignored it and sent me like 4 more like beheading videos and like immolation videos.
I can take like the weird religious videos that you find and like the wrestling videos. Those are funny.
The
I
furry
don't
videos?
want the furry ones are really disturbing, but like I'm into
funny,
it
yeah.
because it is
You're
funny.
into it.
Like I'm into it because I know like the whole like I don't know. It's just an interesting world to see how like serious they take it. I'm like, all right, I can be a little bit of a voyeur on this, but people getting murdered like on camera, and you're seeing like blood mist come from their head. Like, that's not.
I love
Sorry,
it. That's
I felt-
okay, but not my tits.
I felt bad.
Right?
You sent stop, and I was like, oh, he's mad. Oh, he's in a mood. I felt bad.
Well, no, but when you're texting somebody, sometimes you just have to be like unsubscribe, and there's no if you're the least bit comedic about it, it doesn't get listened to. Because I have more than a couple friends like you where I'm like, don't send me this anymore, and they don't get it. But what bothered me about Jimmy wasn't anything he sent me; it was just the fact that he didn't watch any of my stuff. And
Oh, because I get so many real. Because I send it.
oh, here we go.
I send them all to Cleveland Comedy.
I'm not even special. See,
Every comic in Cleveland Comedy.
Those are mass.
This
sent-
is mass sent out.
this
I
is
just
like
want to
every-
spread chaos
We're on the subscription list. Damn it.
to Cleveland Comedy.
How do I get on the beheading subscription?
Do you want to? I'm not
Take
that
him
big.
out, you can give it to me.
I'm not
No,
that big
actually
of a.
don't,
Yeah, I'm
because,
not
like-
that big of a psychopath. I'm gonna send it to like again, not to be sexist, but I'm like
a
women.
little sexist.
Women probably aren't gonna find this funny. I don't
told
want
you this. I grew up on Rotten.com.
Yeah, I guess I did. You're cool.
I'm old.
Yeah.
I felt like Jim. No, I just feel like when the one girl I was talking to, I could tell stopped sending me memes just for me, and I entered back into the regular rotation. That's like the demotion you feel in it. Yeah,
You're like, oh, there's a shift in this.
I thought those immolation videos were just for me, Jimothy.
No, just to spread chaos.
All right, fish.
Jimmy,
Okay.
what was? Tell us about your Friday night.
Oh, all right. I had a board game night at my house.
Oh.
Bored is
Was it-
right.
Yeah. Why weren't we invited to that?
Okay, because you can only invite a finite amount of people to a board game night.
And you're not going to invite
I
your
felt-
3 best friends.
And I felt super guilty. It filled up so quick, and I have issues with this.
Look at the bell of the ball over here.
Where it's like I wanted to invite a bunch of people down. I was like, oh no, you can only invite 6 to 8 players.
Yeah.
And I was like, who do we invite?
Not us.
Yeah,
It,
I know
Wasn't us.
it filled up.
He
and
invited.
I wanted to.
He wanted to do it in a way where he can invite a certain someone to try and have a connection with them and not have anybody else get in the way of that.
No,
connection.
I honestly-
that's exactly what you're doing.
No,
Wait, is it the person
Jimmy,
we gotta
I'm gonna
talk about?
jump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come to Jimmy's defense on that. I don't throw a flag at that behavior. I kind of okay.
because I felt bad. I didn't invite a lot of people, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have told a bunch of people. But I'm like,
Stop giving you a hard time.
Yeah, we're fucking.
yeah, no, but I really have. And
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to your dumb gay board game.
No,
night.
I grew mentally because I just have issues with that genuinely, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? It's okay. You can hang out with like other people.
Yeah,
when you have
right,
an
yeah.
event, I have this thing where I'm like, let me invite every
Okay.
person I've ever met.
But there was a story about how you were racist or something to Pope.
Okay, it was an accident. It was an accident.
It was an
Pope is
accident.
bad at the game Taboo. Okay,
all right.
Have you ever played the game Taboo?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the card game, and you have to like give clues and have
To
something.
get a word, but there's also words that you can't say.
Yeah.
To get them to guess that word.
Okay.
It's like password, but there's like
And-
certain words you can't say to get them to guess the word.
And he kept saying, I can't repeat it. He kept
The-
saying the blank with the whip.
Oh.
The
yeah.
blank with the whip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I said Toby.
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
Okay.
And what do you think when you think of,
Indiana Jones.
okay, that was Harrison Ford.
Okay.
And I did not get that. It
Yeah.
took me so long to get that.
Right, because when he says that word, he doesn't mean a slave.
Now I'm
no.
mad. Now I'm mad. I wasn't invited
Wait,
to this.
I
Yeah,
know.
now I'm
Yeah.
now I feel like I missed out on something here.
When if Pope's using that word, he just means that
Like a-
dude
like
with
a dude.
the dude with the whip.
Yeah.
The dude
Yes.
with the whip.
But
It's confusing.
Not some roots shit, dude.
I don't know. That was the first thing that popped in my head. I
I
guess
was-
I'm just
Oh
a
god.
little inherently racist.
I wish you guys would have that should have been the podcast as you guys playing
Now,
Taboo
how did he
together.
react?
How
to
did
We
that?
Everyone
both
reacts.
laughed really hard.
okay.
Okay.
I hope he's not mad at me. It didn't make the board game night come to a screeching halt, but I did laugh I was like, oh, that's fucked up. I'm a fucked up person.
There's a little bit of fucked up to that. But also hilarious.
The name of the game is Taboo.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah. That's okay.
But
you know, Jim, we do have other camera angles we could be using. From
Oh.
fences were
Sorry.
mended though.
Sorry,
Like we
sorry that.
Did
Well, you guys were all talking.
I-
bridges were mended that night. That everyone left friends.
They were, yeah. Everybody,
Okay.
everybody's cool. I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess we'll see.
Well, that's hilarious. I love that. We went to the Friday night. We went to the Globe Iron opening. That venue looks awesome.
It does look really cool.
It's got a industrial feel to it that made me feel like I was in
Peabody's.
Peabody's, but like I felt like I was in Lost Boys.
It had the Foot Clan from
Yeah.
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean,
Yes, the arches.
it's I'm just used to seeing stuff in Cleveland being done in a way that's quote unquote good enough for Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
They clearly spent some money on that facility, and it's very nice.
Oh my
Very-
God.
It's designed well.
the
like it's
bathrooms are huge.
yep. The vibes are very
Amazing.
good there.
Go into
Dude,
bathrooms.
that was like
Did
the
they have
best thing.
bands?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. The
music venue.
the comedy of it was we got invited to the grand opening of Globe Iron, and what we got invited to was actually just the first show they ever booked at Globe Iron, which nothing against the bands that were playing, but I just kind of was expecting it to be like
I thought it was gonna be like when the Agora reopened and they like you could
Like-
yeah, they had like some snacks and they had like
Yeah.
comp drinks, but it was
and they
like,
had like a step and repeat and stuff like that.
yeah, and it was still like
Oh, there wasn't like hors d'oeuvres or anything.
no,
No, it was just like first show kind of
it
thing.
was
It was fun.
no,
Like we didn't stay that
It was a
long.
cool place. but
Shouts to Chris Zittebart. Shouts to Mike Tata. They did a wonderful job with that place. The
Yeah.
whole team did. It's
loved it.
it's very. I mean, I went back last night for Mushroom Head, so there you have it.
How was
How's
that?
that?
I mean, I grew up that. I mean, this will sound sappy. That band literally changed my life as a teenager. Like,
Oh, for sure.
That's
yeah.
that was
and
my
I think
gateway.
A lot of people have that.
Yeah, they were my gateway band into like metal and hardcore, and so like every few years I'll go check them out again. So it was cool. It was, you know, I took my buddy LT and we stood around and just took the sights, and some kid, Fatback gave me a CD, and I said thank you, and then I reflected on the fact that I have 8 screen devices in my home and not one disc drive to play the CD. So
So
Well,
funny.
this actually is beautiful transition because on Wednesday night I went to East End and I get there and there's a regular there named Don and he's like, Bill, I got great news. And I'm like, what? He's like, I bought this guy 2 drinks yesterday, and he gave me this big box of porn. So take whatever you want.
Shall we dive in
Wait,
here?
Yeah.
Don, like, I think I know Don.
Yeah, he's just like a dude. He's like
Older
an
guy,
older
gray
guy.
hair.
Yeah.
We've got.
Yeah, he's
Careful showing them because there's some nudity.
Oh, there
here.
There is some. Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Is that a nice? Well,
Yeah.
We got All Naturals edition of what is it? Deeper? No, that's a different movie. I'm afraid Jay Sco's brand new face is 29, so you're probably going to need to watch the first 28 to know what the deal is there.
You know how many times people made that joke?
That's right. It's
Everyone kept like, "Oh, well, I know what happened." And I'm like, "Yeah, Sean."
Why am I opening this? By
That's
the
like
way,
the corniest.
That one,
one.
the disc isn't in there because I'm watching that one right now.
Anna Nicole Smith.
No, that's a different one. Aftermath.
If there was ever a woman that was born at the wrong time, then it's my queen ANS.
Yeah, I saw that one. Actually, that one is for you.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P.
That you can have that.
Thank you.
You don't have a disc drive, so you're gonna have to watch it here.
Didn't you say there's?
Oh, okay. I have. After we get through this story, this is a nice segue into my story.
Okay, great.
All right.
Then we got
continue.
friendship. Let's see what we got. Friendship.
Wait, friendship.
Wait.
This is just a-
friend zone.
Friend zone,
Friendship
friend
is-
zone.
This is just a rom com. This is.
It's a rom-com porno starring Riley Reid.
Oh my God! I thought this was like a
What?
Dude,
Paul
it
Rudd
looks like a fucking rom com.
That's why I grabbed it because I want to watch
Oh,
it.
that
Like,
is so funny! I thought it was like that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin where it's like he's
Oh
just like, "Hey Andy, I got a big box of porn." He goes, "Everybody loves." Oh, this is just everyone loves Raymond. It's just I just love that
and
show.
then Deeper. That one's
Okay, deeper.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the back is someone had fun photoshopping this one because man, I know who this one guy is. We know. Oh,
That
it's
looks
got
like a Fast
Sins?
and the Furious cover.
yeah, it's got Tory Lane,
These are all like
Tegan Presley.
2010 era.
Oh, Marco Scott Nails.
and then
if
this one
you're a fan of-
Aftermath. I don't. and
I
then-
love I love the pornos that really just have like straight up mainstream looking covers. That's,
Yeah.
that's such.
It's amazing.
That is some
honestly.
hilarious Trojan horse shit.
Then this one is Misty, Beethoven the musical. This one interesting. So it's a remake of a 70s.
I don't like that it doesn't have a clamshell box.
Yeah, you know.
You need
And
a
then this one-
clamshell for
Mm-hmm.
the porn.
And this one's called Aftermath,
It's just the nostalgia of it, man.
and it's
My favorite kind of graphic design for porn is like that late 90s, early 2000s vibe, which is kind of this,
Yeah.
where you have like, they're just like, oh, we can use every Photoshop layer style on the type and stuff, and then also just have an oiled up naked woman on it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, but yeah, I lost.
I'm working my way through them.
Yeah.
I've only watched Aftermath.
I was about to say, you have a DVD player?
I have a PlayStation 4.
Nice. I'll tell you what
I DVDs.
They play DVDs and Blu-rays.
Guys, most importantly, this movie will make you believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that a human penis can not only talk but belt out one hell of a show tune.
Okay, so that one's got singing dick.
So what? So
I
the
love
plot
that.
of it
All
is
right,
just
I'm gonna watch that.
I-
the
I'm in.
this
Is that
guy's
Jenna
dick
Jameson?
sings
No, that's
really
not that
well.
old. That's not Jenna.
Looks- who-
Sunset Thomas.
Yeah.
That's a 90s. That's
Yeah,
a 90s chick.
It's a 90s remake of a 70s thing.
Man, that is some weird time travel you're doing there for your dick, but
Yep.
that's cool.
I'm excited to.
So
Singing
into it all.
penis.
I do not have a PlayStation 4, but I do now have a Meta Quest 3 VR headset.
I got one of those too.
And yesterday, we had a morning to ourselves, and we lost our virginity to VR porn.
What'd you think?
Do I not give? This isn't deserving
Oh,
of my
my
own.
bad.
It's okay.
Fucking up the night.
This is how it actually
Morning.
felt jacking off to VR porn, where I was trying to figure out how to. If you would have seen me in my
All
bedroom,
right. Did you get into the thing where you can't readjust it? So like you keep having to like
Sorry.
look up because like it's oriented in a way where they're not like you're trying to like be in your comfortable jack off position,
Right.
But the VR is like, well, we're gonna make you where this guy would be.
so you have to like stand up.
You have to like stand up or like sit straight up on the couch.
It's it's first of all, it's like yeah.
So it's
then
like how you would be like, I guess in reality, like you have to move like if
There's
you're,
probably a way to like adjust it. I just have never been able to figure.
so like
out
if you're
how to
on
do
your
it.
back like comfortable or whatever,
That's-
you're looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
that was the ideal. What the goal was yesterday to get myself in position to do that.
Yeah.
And I started as a fully naked man wearing some Cerebro bullshit on my face, standing naked in the middle of my own bedroom, like just turning around in circles and then trying to slowly lower myself into my bed. Because if you see, you can't see on there's
so
a
complicated.
I know.
dude, 45 minutes it took me.
Just jack off.
I'd be like, I'm not horny anymore.
Well, it's like at this
Paid
point,
for it. He's got to use it.
at this point, you're committed to just doing it to just say you did it for the experience. And I was honestly curious to see what it was like. So I was trying to every time I would go sit down in my bed and lay back, it would just you would just see like normal life. You wouldn't
you just see like a wall or a painting
the floating
or something.
interface screen would disappear.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So at some point, I finally rigged it, and I figured it out that I could lay back, and I got it.
Yeah.
And then I entered the world of jacking off in the Matrix. It's just me alone with Angela White, and then for some reason, there's a virtual mirror of yourself to the right where you can see yourself.
Okay, I've never seen that. That's crazy.
Is it
Dude,
your
it's-
face?
I don't love.
Well, you can make like an avatar of yourself. So imagine just
But
like
is
a
it an
guy.
avatar of you jacking off?
No, he's fully clothed.
Like the little.
Which
like,
also made it weirder.
What?
Yeah, dude.
was he doing like the motion, like I imagine
I didn't
it's
look.
kind of like the Mii's.
I didn't look. I haven't
Like,
been in the kind of shape.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes when you have sex, someone has like a mirror in the room. I just go out of my way to make sure I'm not looking at the mirror. Otherwise, you just end up doing the Patrick Bateman thing. So, and then I did it, and then like the player kept messing up, and I kept trying to rig the VR to work right. So then finally, I'm talking about an hour and a half went into just setting the proper conditions, and then you have to try to scroll through the thing, and so you have like a controller thing, and you're trying to like it's like
It's very.
dude, it's
complicated.
craziness. And then
It's-
finally, like I finally
naked
did it,
mirrors.
and I go, yeah, we're just using this for muraling. I mean, it was cool, but
Cool
Dude,
experience, but
the game Beat Saber rules, and did you get the one that comes with the free Batman game?
I literally have yeah.
Okay, that Batman game is fucking dope.
Yeah, I was like, why not, right?
Like it's so those games are fun, but yeah, the jack off experience is more complicated. Jimmy Cameras, man.
This is
I'm-
Jimmy.
I'm
This is
fired.
literally like
This is
like
why I'm fired.
this is
trying to
honestly
get
like
fired.
jacking off the VR porn. Where it's like you can't like. Finally, I'm just going back to the phone, dude. We know the phone never lets us down.
Phone has gone like.
The player never fucks up on the phone.
Do you remember the era when it was like you couldn't get like you could look up porn on the phone, but it wasn't formatted great. So like it was like a real website, so you're like, okay, I'll do this in a pinch, but I still prefer the dinosaur hands laptop on chest. The old T-Rex arms typing like this.
I just know what works for my life and my lifestyle, and we have it down. And the VR porn, if you really want to like,
Who's talking, Jimmy? There you go.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing today.
Are you hungover?
A little bit.
it's
Okay.
it's
I don't
literally
want
like the
to know.
40-year-old virgin when Andy's setting up like lighting candles to like have a jack session for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dude, we've done this enough. It's like, yeah, this is. I don't, and also
I, mean,
I don't
there
want
are
to start.
moments when you get it right and like, you see Angela White in your room. Like, there's moments where like you're like, this is pretty crazy.
Oh no, I mean
like,
like
there's some cool moments in it.
I don't
but-
like POV porn like when I'm watching it on a browser, but when you do it in VR porn, I'm like, oh, I get it.
this
But
is-
it's
yeah.
it's a nice change up. But yeah, all that being said, it's
You don't like POV? I see. I grew up on POV. Like
I grew up on that.
well, because Heather, what was her name? She was like one of the first ones to just like put out her own content. Where she
Heather Hunter. No, I think we actually talked about this before.
yeah, she's like the deep throat girl. She would just do like
sound off in the comments if you know who we're talking about.
what is her name?
This is like playing whack-a-mole with the cameras today.
Yeah, sorry.
Jimmy, you're fine. You're fine.
I'm fired.
But she like and like she gets memed a lot where like they'll just show her like down on her knees ready to do stuff. But like I watched a lot of that because she had big fake boobs and would suck dick, and it was entertaining.
Good
you know?
view?
And
Good
you could
view?
find it on like Kazaa, and there was a ton.
Jesus
of it.
Christ. Deep cut. No, POV porn, it's like I would just have
LimeWire,
sex
too.
if I wanted to watch POV porn.
Yeah.
And also, I'm glad VR porn wasn't as awesome as I thought it would be, because then I would definitely never have real life sex again. So I'm kind of glad it was parlor
A
trick.
mid experience.
Yeah, it takes too much. It's like
How much
a lot
does
of
one of those cost?
Like 400,
500 bucks. But like, mind you, I'm using this.
I'll never
It's an
have
actual
VR
like
porn.
work equipment for me. But of course, you're not gonna not see what porn looks
Now,
like.
how does it work as like equipment for?
So this is literally some Minority Report shit, if you remember that movie. So there's an app. Basically, like when I mural, I have like a projector and I trace my design from the projector onto like a wall.
Yeah.
So with the Meta headset, you basically can download an app that maps images onto a surface. So when you're looking through it, I can see my artwork and my plotted out design
That's
on a
cool.
mapped out
See,
surface.
That's really fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and it's
That's
and then when you go to draw, your shadow's not getting in the way.
Yeah.
You can move around, and you don't have to worry about like the image shifting or anything. So I saw enough videos go around for the last couple weeks where I'm like, I probably paid around $500 for my original projector. I was like, and it's been 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And I can.
you can make the move.
It's an investment worth making.
And you can write it off on taxes.
Yeah, and I mean, I write off all my OnlyFans on my taxes too. So it's it's all research, it's all supplies,
Yeah,
it's all
exactly.
got to make money to spend money or whatever they say up at Amazon. But
No, spend money.
I'm finishing up the Ohio Pie Parma mural with it, and I won't be watching porn in there.
So
So
exciting.
if you see me in there, don't flick me in the nuts while have that fucking stupid headset on, because it does look hysterical when you see someone wearing it and like they're just playing games or something. Like it is funny to watch someone just be completely immersed in.
I just think
another
headset naked is a very
Dude, I would rather.
fucking
Dude, I
vision.
literally, you can't see into my bedroom the way my house is, but I literally kept taking the headset off to look out the windows to make sure there was no way, because I was like, I would rather. I go, I'd rather be caught like jacking off in my bed without this thing on, but it looked.
It's hilarious. The image of like him. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone, if you're a comic book reader, it's like Weapon X if he really let himself go. That's what it looked like.
All right. So last thing I wanted to talk about before we get out of here is this week everybody's talking about 100 men versus one gorilla.
And by everybody, we mean everybody.
Yeah, like it's been talked about a lot. There's a lot of different variables, but what we're gonna do instead is we're gonna talk about how many of you would it take to beat a gorilla? Like how many Tommies could beat a gorilla?
Mine's so fucking easy. I will let that gorilla kill me.
Well, that took all the fun. out
I'm
of
so
that.
sorry. Yeah,
But no, but you
I'm
gotta-
vegan. I don't want to kill an
All right, well
animal.
you gotta kill
The gorilla's gonna
How-
kill
how
the
many-
gorilla's gonna kill your dogs and Brandon if you don't kill this gorilla with
and
clones of yourself.
Tim Robinson skateboard.
Yes.
And David Tell.
And
wearing
David
4
Tell.
hats.
Stop it. How many do you think? How many? Wait, what is the?
So like
You tell us.
We'll start, like,
no, I don't know.
pants. How many do you think? How many pants could stop a gorilla?
It would take like 2,000.
You think 2,000? I think 100 pants could.
I don't think
You think that's
okay.
enough?
I'm not trying to like go to make it a broader discussion.
You're gonna lose 75 of them.
I don't
but
think
that gorilla's
100
gonna
men.
get tired.
I don't think 100 Miles Garrett's could beat a gorilla in a fight.
I think so.
Because there's only so many people at once that can physically jump
but
on a
gorilla
guy
can
on a
also
gorilla.
only have so much, So like we'll say it's an arena setting, kind of like the
Like a gladiator. thing.
Ragnarok
Yeah.
fight between Hulk and Thor.
I mean, if
so
you
you're like in there, so like you can tire him out. You can use strategy. You're still going hand to hand, but 100 people.
I'm
Fast
like
reaction.
I seriously still say like 1,500 of me because I would have
Wow,
to
okay.
you'd have to like literally throw like 500 on top of the gorilla and just suffocate him to death. There's no way a gorilla is
100's
just
a lot of
so
people,
much
though.
stronger than like even a dozen men.
Right, I understand that they are, but like that many men just.
Also,
once,
most
once you
dudes-
swarm around it, it's like zombies.
I was raised-
like 100 zombies can stop someone because you just overpower
Man,
them
I-
and they lose.
Yeah, no, that's the
ability. So, like, you-
approach would be just the volume of people.
Yeah.
But also, like, I was raised in the suburbs, man. I've been in like 5 fights in my life. A gorilla will literally rip your balls and dick
Yeah.
off and
Yeah,
your
no.
face.
Yeah, I know.
Most people and human beings aren't wired to have that dog in them.
Right, but in this scenario,
Yes.
you gotta.
I
think
stand by 1,500
You
pants.
say 1,500. Okay,
1,500
How many
because
jimmies?
we have shitty cardio.
Oh, like 4,000.
4,000. You guys are going really high.
Damn,
numbers.
I'm not
I was
that
gonna
big.
say
high, but not
Yeah,
I'm
but how many Bill Squires?
I was gonna go like I think 150 Bill Squires could
Get it done?
Could get it
Get it done.
And I was gonna give you the 100. I think because you're a pretty strong dude.
Well, thanks.
And like I thought you could, like 100 of you.
I don't think it's
swarming
like
in on it.
How many jimmies do you think would?
It was 4,000.
4,000.
you nailed. No, Jimmy, you got it right.
Yeah, I'm not very big or in shape.
Mostly because of how bad your attention span is. Like I feel like you guys are gonna forget that you're fighting, just get fucking like trying to like. Or you're just gonna be laughing at the other Jimmys getting their heads ripped off.
All right. All right.
Aw.
I got Tommy's. Tommy would need 3 Tommies. 2 Tommies to just get naked and do stuff with each other. And while the gorilla was distracted, you would jump from behind, claw the gorilla's eyes out, kill the. Yes. See, 3 Thomases.
Wait, do gorillas get horny for humans? I know dolphins.
I think
do,
they would
but-
be at
it'd be
worst
interesting
confused.
enough.
Yeah.
They'd be like-
Yeah, they would be
You're
like,
like,
oh.
what the fuck is going on?
I don't care if you're an animal. Yeah, if you like just saw the boobs, I don't care what you're into as an animal. You'd stop for a second and you'd be like,
What's going on here?
never seen
Yeah,
2
but
of them 69 before.
And they're only, I looked it up, they're only like 6 foot tall? Close to 6 foot tall?
Gorillas?
Yeah.
I think
Hold
on the small end. I think they're like more like 6'5", 6'6", 7 feet.
Hold on.
They average
Adult
450 to
males,
600.
5'11" inches. Adult average.
Oh man,
They can
they're
stand
not
up
even
to.
They're not even getting swiped right on Tinder.
Yeah, they're not
5'11"?
even. They're not even 6
They're
foot.
short kings. All right.
But their arm span. Oh, that's so gross
Yeah.
to think about.
And here's the thing too. Tommy's really torn on this because
7 to 8.
gorillas are herbivores. They don't even eat meat.
Yeah.
So Tommy would be very. This
I
would be
know.
very tough for Tommy to
Yeah, getting
summon up
somebody-
the anger
And
to
have you
fight.
ever
They don't
just
eat
looked
meat
at
at all.
No.
Like chimps.
Yeah, gorillas are
eat-
very like sweet animals. Like especially because if you're not nice to them, they'll rip your fucking face off.
Yeah.
You remember the Xanax chimpanzee? The lady that literally had a
Yeah.
chimpanzee in her home.
Oh, her face.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
she gave the chimpanzee Xanax because it would get anxiety. So she had people over. So the chimpanzee took too much Xanax, flipped out, and ripped her owner's face off.
Yeah.
And I think
Is
her
that what
hands too.
happened?
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. They go hands, mouth, genitals.
Yeah.
They're
But she was giving it Xanax. Did you guys watch Chimp Crazy on HBO?
I didn't watch that, but
Oh.
I think there's a comic that's got like a bit about that, about how they rip your hands off and shit. Who is it? Dana Gould, I believe, has a bit about that. And it's crazy, yeah. Because that's another thing. Like a gorilla is one thing, but a chimp is also. You're gonna need a lot of people to stop a chimp.
They're fast.
Yeah,
Right?
they're fast and they're
strong.
feral animals.
Yeah,
They
and
are
they-
built for
yeah.
survival.
Yeah.
Nobody in America, in middle class at least, has been built to have to physically survive for a very long time.
Also, it's gonna be funny when all the like self-help dudes are like, "I'll teach you how to beat a gorilla one-on-one."
Yeah.
Like they're gonna use this.
If you want
like,
clicks, that's the move.
Take my gorilla self-defense course.
Yeah,
$25,000.
That probably already exists.
if
And
I
I'll
had-
high five you at the end.
If I had a
Yeah.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym, that would absolutely be the video I would have made last week. Would be
Yeah.
like I'd be like on the mats, just be like, "Here's how you want to neutralize them on the ground," and like
Yeah.
that's how you get clicks. I wouldn't know anything about it, but
All right,
I think we're all dead.
I feel good about that.
that was good.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Well, Bill, better days ahead for you,
yeah,
my friend.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah,
We got you if you need us.
Yes, truly.
And then so we're gonna take a hiatus. We'll be back in June, just because I'm not gonna be around, and so we'll see you back here first weekend in June. Thanks for coming to Cleveland, America.
It's not a series, please.